Welcome to the Probate Podcast, where we talk about all the things you didn't know you need to know about probate. My name is Sherri Lund, and I'm so glad that you're here. I want you to understand the process and to know what to expect because it's going to make things easier and it's going to save you money. And I'm here to show you how. My name is Sherri Lund, and I'm so glad you're here. This is the introductory episode of the Probate Podcast. You know, I never thought that I would have a podcast. I never dreamed about being a podcaster. It's an idea that slowly came about, and I resisted it for the longest time. But I would go out into the public and I would meet people and tell them what I do to help people with probate. And they would have this glazed look that came over their face, and I would know they don't know what probate is. And when I asked them, they would say, "No, I really don't know what it is. I know I'm supposed to know what it is, but I don't." Other times I would hear things like, "Man, I wish I knew you 6 months ago." And then I would hear a story that sometimes could have been avoided if only they had known differently. So I'm here to change all that. I'm here to get the conversation started and to demystify probate. And when I say probate, what I'm referring to is the big period of time before, during, and after the legal proceedings take place, because there's a lot involved in that. And what happens during the legal process is not all of it. There can still be properties to sell or clothes in the closet that people just avoid going through. It can take a long, long time. And during that whole time, we're feeling big emotions and it's stressful. People get overwhelmed and they resist it. They deny it. They have a real issue with it. And the problem is that it's impossible to make decisions when your brain is overwhelmed like that. And probate is a time when decisions need to be made. And sometimes those decisions need to be made quickly. Probate lasts a long time. I believe each one of us is given gifts and talents that are intended to be shared. But it's hard to balance all the responsibilities that go with that before you're neck deep in probate, but certainly when you're in the midst of it. We can lose sight of what our purpose is. We can lose a sense of joy. Sometimes we can lose ourselves. Fortunately, our culture is changing. We're learning the importance of a balanced life and the value of self-care. We're discovering how good a supportive community feels. And the teacher in me, I want you to know the probate terms. I want you to understand the process and to know what to expect because then you are prepared. It's going to help you streamline the process. It's going to make things easier and it's going to save you time and it's going to save you money. That's my goal. Because you know what? You don't have to white knuckle your way through probate. And I'm here to show you how. New episodes of the Probate Podcast will come out on Thursdays. Some of them will be solo episodes like this, and others will be guest interviews. I'm going to encourage you to bring your favorite pen and your favorite journal because nuggets are dropped on each episode that you're going to want to remember and share. I'm going to introduce you to professionals. I'm going to equip you with resources, and I'm going to share helpful tips with you. I am super excited to unpack these future episodes, and I want to watch this community grow. And I'm wondering, will you do 3 things to help me out with this project? First, will you subscribe to the show? And then will you write a rating, a 5-star rating and a review? Because this is so important. This is what helps spread the opportunity for other people that need this information. They'll be able to find it easier when you leave those ratings. And then thirdly, would you share what I'm doing with your friends, family, and coworkers? You know, you never really know what people are going through. And a lot of times this kind of information is needed and it's just not talked about. So I could really use your help with that. I'd be honored to have you join me on LinkedIn and Facebook. I also have a free public support group called Houston Probate Support on Facebook. You don't have to live in the greater Houston area to be a member, but I'd love to have you join me there. I'd love to have you join me on any of these platforms, including this podcast, and I'll share the links of where you can find me in the show notes below. So I'm looking forward to us connecting in all of these places, especially here each week as we talk about probate and how to take the mystery out of it. Let's get this conversation going. Let's make it easier for us to know what we're doing moving forward. That's all I have for now. Thanks again for joining me. See you next time. And remember, you matter.